Yeah, guys, deep breath, right? You know how we roll. So sometimes, or rather, on the side, I when I'm not doing other stuff, I tend to speak words of courage, and encourage people to actually follow their dreams, right? Excuse me. So that's basically what I'm here to do, to really speak life into your dreams, your visions, your what guys. It's don't give up, bro. Don't give up. Do not fucking give up. Don't quit. Every person, right? Everyone goes through the most, right? The most. And in most cases, or in almost all cases, right? When people go through the most, it seems or it appears to worsen as they go through that most, right? It seems like it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And I need to understand this simple, I don't know whether to call it a principle or what, right? But it's set in stone that when a new revolution comes, the old one will die, right? And in most cases, it doesn't just die. There's going to be a lot of resistance. And because of that resistance, it's going to peak. If it's corruption, it's going to peak before it falls. If you're fighting an addiction, right? Speaking from experience, if you're fighting an addiction, before that addiction exits you, or before it starts losing its power, it's going to peak. Like, it's going to make you, it's going to take you to its highest level. And at that point, you're going to be feeling like this is not working. I've been trying, nothing's happening. You're going to feel like this thing has defeated me, or I'm never gonna get it, I'm never gonna achieve my dream, or whatever. But if you can just stay there, right? And I'm going to tell you how to stay there, like, to in the midst of all that intense storm, how to remain calm and actually own the storm, right? I'm going to tell you shortly about that. But you need to be able to remain there and feel whatever it is that you're feeling, because when it comes to learning anything and getting the most out of what you're going through, is to fully observe exactly what is happening. I don't know, but guys, of course it came with a lot of practice, but a lot of times when I speak to people, or even when I speak to myself, I see two images of me, right? The physical self and my spiritual self. Literally, I see two images. And I have, over the years, I've learned to really, really, really be one with this other version of myself. I don't want to say version of myself, because it's not really a version. This is me, right? And I've come to objectify my inner self. So I interact with myself in that way. So when I talk to people, or when I talk to anybody, or when I do anything, it's easy for me to quickly recognize a change in emotion, even before it comes. When it's still coming, I quickly recognize that, and I can maybe withdraw myself, calm myself down, whatever the case, right? So that's exactly what you need to do when you're going through whatever you're going through. Observe yourself. Remember what I just said when I said the storm peaks because of the resistance, right? So you resist, and resistance brings a lot of problems. Resistance brings a lot of problems, right? When you resist, what you're doing is you it's like when they say, for every action, right, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? That's science. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction, right? And that's why when you resist something, you feel like you're putting the effort into resisting. You put, it's like, even when you miss your ex, right? If you miss your ex and you try to resist that feeling, it intensifies, right? And what you do not know is that you missing your ex has nothing to do with her. Literally, it has nothing to do with her. That's normal. You have to go through that. You know, it's like it's based on the issue of knowing what you're getting yourself into. You need to understand what you're really getting yourself into. Understand that if you're saying you're following your dreams, what am I getting myself into? What is it that I'm getting myself into? And now, this is not how it was original. These are the systems that we as human beings created, right? And those who have been in charge have made it super difficult for just normal people or for anybody to just wake up and decide that, I'm going to follow my dream and this. They've made it extraordinarily difficult, right? There's nothing much you can do about that. It's how things are. What we can do is work on ourselves. You need to adjust. You need to quickly adjust. It's either you adapt or you die. Simple. If you don't change will swallow you. If you do not change will swallow you. It will swallow you. And sometimes, sadly, when change swallows you, it manifests in the form of physical death. Physical death, like physically you die, we bury you as a result of resisting change, right? So now, when you are there and that storm has peaked, right? You need to relax, sit back, like relax, feel all those things that you're feeling. If it's the status that you're feeling, feel it, like allow yourself to feel it and see where that will go. So now what you're trying to do is you're trying to observe yourself, because the major problem in cases like this is judgment. You feel this certain thing and you're fighting this emotion, right? Or this feeling that you have, resistance. You're fighting this because you've judged it to be bad and unwanted. That's where the problem is. When I started this, I said I am going to motivate, and this is me now going into stuff again. But yeah, let's move, right? What was I saying? You feel these things, right? You feel. So you need to understand fully. When you say I am sad, listen guys, sadness, joy, anger, all these emotions, all these feelings, they are valid feelings. They are valid feelings. It's just that we are very selective with these things. When we feel joy, we're like, I want more of this because the body enjoys it, right? And now understand that those other emotions like stress, those other feelings like stress, anxiety, whatnot, they're not good for the body, right? They're not good for the human body. Like, too much of them is not good for the body. That's why now your body can literally build up a disease like cancer through was extended periods of you sustaining these feelings, right? And it's very, if you check you try to cross check all these things that I'm saying, you're going to realize that a lot of work is being done into into really investigating the power of the mind and what it can do. Because imagine, understand, I don't know why I'm stuttering, but yeah, understand this, right? When you think or when you feel a certain type of way, certain chemicals are being released from your brain, right? When you feel good, certain chemicals are being released from your brain. When you feel bad, certain chemicals. When you're angry, certain chemicals are being released from your brain. When you sad, certain chemicals are being released from your brain. When you're anxious, certain chemicals are being released from your brain, right? Now, too much release over a long sustained period of time of those chemicals that are released from you being sad, you being angry and stuff like that, they are not good for the body. That is why the brain can self-heal. When you take someone and so a sick person, right? I've had a lot of testimony. For me personally, usually I self-heal. I don't know why these days I cannot. There are things that I don't know, like they're super difficult. I don't know why, but like usually I self-heal, right? Through meditation and getting super deep within my body and releasing certain chemicals in excess, so that they can, I know that when I laugh a lot, when I am happy, the chemicals that are released from there, and if I release too much of those chemicals, they begin to, I don't know how to describe, but they touch my, this is how I self-heal. I'm not saying you should, you should adopt this. Do I use medication? Definitely, because I'm not yet at the point where I can get access to these chemicals instantly like that. It needs to take time. Sometimes it can even take a week for me to be in that position, right? So I take medication to supplement that. Like in the meantime, when I'm still preparing my body for this, let me, assist it through medication. And now also sometimes that can really delay that process, because when I take medication, right, it also triggers certain chemical release in my body. So I might be in a way drowsy or whatever the case may be, right? But with time, mind over matter, right? So when you're still there, we're still up there. We're still up there, right? And you need to observe. Now, without resistance, you feel all these feelings and you recognize them. What you do not judge these feelings, like good or bad. For me, for the fact that I'm saying good or bad, it means I've already judged, right? But I'm just, for communication's sake, I'm just gonna do that. So right, you have this range of feelings and you have this range of feelings, right? So now you just choose the ones you want. You choose these ones because you're like, this make me feel good, this make me healthy, so I'm gonna choose these ones without judgment. But time and time again, you are going to feel these ones. What you do when you feel this, you acknowledge that, oh, okay, this is where I am. And trust me, believe the guys, you see emotions subside just like that. You see it literally subside. I don't know how I can make you see it the way I see it, but that's how I, I calm myself down. I achieve what I achieve, and I'm still building. Even my YouTube channel, this is YouTube channel, guys, I'm building, and like I said, 10,000 subscribers by 2nd of September, right? 10,000 subscribers, and we're still on 13 subscribers now. So, but now that's literally how I live my life. I want you to give it a try. Study yourself. Like, study yourself. Study how you react to things. And even when you get there, don't ever get to a point where you say, I got it. No. I destroy stuff, right? If I have, let's say, headphones, and maybe they no longer sound, they're still good, but they no longer sound the way I want them to sound, what I do is I destroy them. And the pleasure that comes from that, it's amazing. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And I'm like, how? And you realize that emotions are very tricky. It's like emotions are a human being on their own. So I address them as such. Like, I interact with myself on a very intimate level, if I may put it that way. And you need to structure yourself that way. You need to be able to know yourself, inside yourself, outside yourself. You just need to know yourself. I'm out. Oh, Mudim.